Hello, crafty friends. Paper Chef here. You are going to create this Petunia Pop box. We're in the Halloween mode here on this channel. We're going to continue the momentum from yesterday's Brother Scan and Cut tutorial, where you learned how to cut out all these critters. Now, those of you that don't have a Brother Scan and Cut, you are going to embellish the easy way. You can just pop out the little hippo, or you can pop out some of these little guys, right? The bird. You can, or you can get out your scissors and cut the paper. The embellishment is not important. What is important is that you learn how to make the treat box. So I figured we would not just make it with the cardstock, but that we would also make it with designer series paper. And then you're going to have a couple options, and you're also going to get the measurements and, see for yourself. I like it in cardstock. It's just stronger, but you can mix and match. Maybe you do the bottom in cardstock, the lid in designer series paper. It's all up to you. So now let's take a piece of Petunia Pop. We're going to start there. All right, I have a couple that have like little nicks on the corner, so we're going to start with that. Now, don't worry if you miss. I'm going to get the one that's the worst. This one's okay. Don't worry if you miss like any steps, because I'll do this again with designer series paper. So you have landed upon another one of our spooky Halloween workshop series. We've already made suitcase treat boxes and cards, and we've cut out these images, and I showed you how to make one of the boxes from the kit that's for sale on my Stampin' Up Stores site. So you have landed upon the Halloween crafting heaven here. We're doing a lot of Halloween crafts over these couple months. So what we're going to do first is just kind of talk about the side of this paper. So we're gonna do the big side first. So we want to do. Let's do this. Let's do this. 5. We're gonna do the big side first. All right. So 5 3/4. Right. You can see that this goes in quarters and 16ths of an inch. 5 3/4 is going to be the size of our bottom of the box. But in order to get the lid to go over the top of this, we need the lid to be a smidgen bigger. So we're just going to go, this is cut into 4, so we're going to go over by a 16th of an inch. So this is actually, we're going to cut 5 13/16 of an inch. All right, so let me just take this paper off and show you what I mean. So now we're gonna take this and we're gonna make it go smaller in a minute. Now we're gonna turn this around, right? And we're going to make the other side 4 13/16 of an inch. Okay, so when you have 3/4, it's 4, 8, 12, right? And then you're gonna go one more little smidgen over, and you have 13/16 of an inch. Now, this, in order for this to work, or any kind of box making that you're doing, you need to make it. This can't be the same height, or you're not going to be able to make it as a bottom. So we need this side. So instead of being 4 13/16 of an inch, we're going to do like 4 3/4, right? Because it's easy peasy. And we're going to turn it around, and we're going to do 5 3/4. So in other words, the bottom of the box is pretty easy. And for this one, we're just shaving off that 16th of an inch. I call it a smidgen. This is a smidgen. You always need one part to be smaller than the other. I'm going to do this again with designer series paper. So when you have a little bit of fibrous paper, you can kind of get these little bits off. All right. There you go. Hey, Lynn, I'm glad you're back. Were you the one that was on Whatnot with me? My first drama. Oh boy. I'm having my next auction, by the way, you guys, on Friday. I'm having a lot of fun on the Whatnot platform. And I'm having my first auction, so join in. You get a $15 coupon, and then I get $5. You get $15, so it's fun. But yeah, I was just on a show right before this. I was like, I had to leave. She probably thinks I left because I was like trying to just help her out there. She was doing something wrong. But, I was not trying to leave because of that. I was actually really just leaving because I was ready for my tutorial that I'd been getting ready for. All right, so there we go. So what you want is, yeah, I know, Lynn. I'm kind of like thinking that she doesn't have a clue is what I'm is what I'm thinking. All right, I mean about that, about what she did. Okay, anyway, we're gonna talk about that later. I'm gonna write her a private message, and I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I was just trying to help. Okay, so you see how you have this bigger piece is going to be the lid, and this little piece is going to be the bottom. Now these are actually lined up, but what you want is a smidgen. One is a smidgen bigger. It's going to be better if I cut these a couple more times so you can see that. So let's do this. Let's write down the measurements, and then we'll come back to, cutting some more so you get another chance to see how to use that trimmer. So this is going to be the Petunia Pop Treat Box. Or you could just say the Halloween. I'm going to say Halloween. This tutorial is the Petunia Pop Halloween Treat Box. Now we're going to go like this. We're going to say top, and we're going to do bottom. Okay, so we need to distinguish between the top and the bottom of the box. If you were to just try to cut two pieces that were the same size, it wouldn't work for what I'm going to do. Because now that we have the top being slightly bigger, we can score the same thing around each edge, and we're going to be just fine. All right, so I'm just going to draw this. And now pretend my second rectangle is slightly smaller than my first rectangle. And you're going to see the measurements you're going to see. Okay, so smidgen smaller, 1/16 of an inch smaller. So this one is going to be 5 and 13/16 of an inch. Okay? Now, right here, the one below it is going to be 5 and 3/4 of an inch. When you take 3/4 and you factor it out, it is the same as saying, 5 and, this is the same as saying 5 and 12/16. 3/4 is the same as 12/16. So basically this is just 1/16 of an inch bigger than that one. I hope that makes sense. And then we're going to do 4, and that's going to be, I'm going to repeat that. Okay, we're going to repeat this. All right, now we're going to do the other side. So the length of the top of the box is 5 and 13/16 of an inch times 4 and 13/16 of an inch. The bottom of the box is 5 and 3/4 of an inch by 4 and 3/4 of an inch. Okay, this is the same as, I'm just going to write this here so you understand. This is the same as 12/16. Okay, this is the same, this equals, 4 and 12/16. So if you, 3/4 is just a simplification of your fraction, right? So that's what that means. And I want to write that so that you understand that this is just, all this is one, just for here, let's write this. Rule of thumb. Okay, how about this? When you're making boxes. Okay, this is going to be easier if I just write it like this. Make the top 1/16 of an inch larger on the width and the height. Larger in width and height. Or, or length, it depends on how you say it. LENGT times height. Okay? Or length times, you know what I mean. Here. Length times width. That's what I was trying to say. Width. Okay, so that is your measurements. And you could take a little picture of that. So now we're going, and that's all the measurements you need. We're just going to be like, here, let's put a little thing over that if you take your screenshot. We want it to be nice. Nice and neat. So we'll put a little piece of Petunia Pop there. There you go. So take your screenshot. And here, let's put the box there. Then I can move that out of the way. I'm going to grab some paper. Yeah. All right, so let's see. All right, let's go. We're gonna use some of this Halloween spells paper. Let's see, potions and spells. I think that'll look nice. And for the bottom of that one, yeah, maybe just this paper here. I'm just using the one from the scrapbooking kit. I'm not even sure if your paper looks exactly like mine from the scrapbooking kit. So let's take, so what you do first is I'm just gonna do the top of the box. All right, it's gonna be 5 and 15. Or sorry, let's see, that would be the, let's see. Depends on how I want this pattern to go first. Let me think for a second. Well, it doesn't matter because we can turn the box either way. Like, duh. Okay, 5 and 13, what is it? 12, 13, okay. 13/16 of an inch. Okay, and then we're gonna turn it and go 4 and 13/16 of an inch. All right. That's because this is the top of the box. And now, don't worry that it's sideways because that doesn't matter because we're gonna just turn it. We could turn it. Hopefully, I don't cut off. I might have I might not see all the books in the pattern I chose, but we could try it this way too. We can try. I might have to try it this way. Let's see, 4 and 13/16 of an inch. All right, and 5 and 13/16 of an inch. I'm just not sure if that's. Okay, 12. Okay. All right, good. All right, now we're gonna do the bottom of the box, and then I'm gonna try with some of the paper that that's from this bundle, the Halloween Sweet Halloween. Okay, this one's easy. We're just gonna do 5 3/4 by 4 3/4. This is like a no-brainer. You don't even have to like worry about getting this measurements on there too quickly. I mean, measurements on there too. Okay, not quickly, but too, let's see. There you go. Now we can get an easy idea of what a smidgen is. This is a smidgen, 1/16 of an inch. Your bottom of your box always needs to be 1/16 of an inch smaller than the top of your box. So once you make it, it goes on the right way. Okay, so this one, we're gonna do the same thing. I'm thinking I wanna do it this way. 4 and, oops. All right, so again, I'm just showing you this on the trimmer. We have 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and then one more 16th. So we're gonna do 4 and 13/16 of an inch. Okay, by 5 and 13/16 of an inch. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and one more 16th. Now, in our scoreboard, which we're going to use next, that Simply Scored does not have 16ths on it. It only has 8ths. Okay? So now we have a top, and now we need a bottom. Let's just grab. Oh, I hate to use this piece. Let me see which. Would this go with this? Let's see. Yeah, this will go. I'm just going to use another one of these for the bottom. Only because I hate to, I don't have a lot of this paper, and I'm still trying to make my last couple kits, and I don't want to mess up this cute little piece, and I don't really have many. Oh, wait, I might have something else I can use. Nope, we don't want to mess up that piece. We're not using that piece. That's too cute with the candy. So 4 3/4 by 5 3/4. Oops, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. I have tape on there because I'm doing stuff with card making too. Okay. So here we go. Now you can see that all these papers, mix and match. You can use cardstock on some, right? And you don't like this is always the bottom. because these are the bigger ones. Let's see, all the bigger ones are the bottom. Sorry. Yeah, all three of these are, did I make one of them? I might have made one of them smaller. Okay, let's see. Well, I know that these two for sure are the bottoms. That should be a top and a top. And I may have made these the same size. Okay, I did. So hopefully, okay, good. I might still be able to salvage the bottom of this box. Okay, I have my box bottoms, I have my box tops. Now next thing we need, now that you have, I hope you have your measurements. If not, I'll bring it back at the end of the video. That is the only measurement you need. Now we're concentrated on just box making. That's it. You need some liquid glue for this. That's it. It's better to have liquid glue. And I need my Simply Scored. Let me go grab that. Okay, another thing that's good to have in box making in general is this, let's see, this little clothespins, okay? All right, we're just gonna start scoring. Now, if I want to fold this, I want this to be the outside, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that side face up, and I'm gonna score. I'm gonna score 1 inch on all sides. I'm gonna do it several times. I'm even gonna give you a closer look when I do it, because you might not be sure where these numbers are on here. It's important to score the same amount on each side. If you only cut one side a smidgen bigger than the other. It does not matter if I'm using the top or the bottom of the box right now. I'm still just scoring 1 inch on all sides. The top will fit over the bottom by the fact that we made, we're gonna turn this one upside down, because we made the top a smidgen bigger when we cut it. That's why this is all going to work. If we didn't make it a smidgen bigger when we cut it, it would not work. Okay, I like doing it this way because I'm going to, it's just faster. I don't like scoring with this, with the trimmer. I'd rather, and then we're going to fold them over that way. But I like to score them this way, and then we're going to fold them that way. All right, now we need our petunia pop cardstock, and we're going to do a 1/4 inch on all sides. And then I think this was the other one of my bottom ones. Nope, was that my top or bottom? It doesn't really, at this point, it doesn't matter. I know I made an extra one of these, though. Okay, it does matter. I did make an extra one of these. Okay, we're gonna get rid of one of those. And here's, okay, these look like the top, I don't know. I can't remember at this point. This one is, let's see, is this the top? Yes, it's the top because it's a little bigger. Okay, 1 inch. Okay, I'm gonna hold this up. I'll show you what you need the clothespins for when we do the glue. All right, so you see on your Simply Scored that it says 1 inch. There, it has a 1, but the actual 1 inch line is the bigger line. So just want you to be sure that you always use the bigger line, which is the inch mark. Now, do you have to make inch sides on your box? No, you can make any size box. I just happened to I made this box to fit the flamingo. I designed this box specifically to have 1 inch sides to fit a lot of candy, but to also have the flamingo fit on the box with the sentiment. So that's why I made the box the way I did. So we're gonna keep on scoring 1 inch all around, and then we'll do our cutting, and it's called mitering the edges. And this is just a good time to do this because craft fair's coming up. This is a good thing that sells at craft fairs. All right. Now we need, so I'm looking for, I usually have like a little bone folder here. Okay. Use a little bone folder. So now what we want to do is you want to take, and you want to like if you went down like this, right? If you went down onto it, then you want to go like this and fold it like the other way. And then you're just going to go like around like this, and you're going to just burnish. It's called burnishing, kind of like burn, baby, burn, disco inferno, you know, like burnishing the edges. So you're going to flip that up, and it's just kind of a mountain valley thing that I talk about a lot with card making, where you go, you know, down in the valley, and then you flip it up and you do the mountain. All right. Okay, we're going to keep on scoring. I mean, not scoring, burnishing. And we've already scored. That's what we did before. Okay, and next thing, so that's the next step. And again, you don't even have to know which was the top and the bottom, except that I was going to cut a few of them at once. You don't really have to know that unless you're trying to get them to line up when you cut them. But for the purposes of, you know, when you're all done and you glue them all together, only one's going to fit, and it's the one that's bigger. It's going to fit over the one that's smaller, so it really doesn't matter. But it's kind of good to know, because you're going to cut them together if you're cutting a few that are the same size. So again, I keep on going back to this. Smaller, that's the bottom, okay? Should be the top. And I think we made all those the bottoms. These should all be the tops, okay? I'm not going to try to cut 4 at once, but these two should be, yeah, these two are the same exact size, and they're the tops. So we can go ahead and cut these together. What we're going to do is miter the edges. So you're just going to, it's like the letter H. Just kind of think of it like the letter H. You know, when you see these little lines, you're just going to cut along like this. Okay, first do this. You're just cutting right up to the score line. Again, if you have a bunch of boxes that are the same, you could do them all at once. And if you use your scan and cut, you could do even quicker. But then I don't like the way it scores. I'd rather score with the Simply scoreboard. I don't know. What do you guys think about the little dashed lines? I'd rather have proper scoring. I hope they come up with a new kind of machine that has a scoring tool like the Cricut. That would be awesome. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're just mitering the edges. That would be enough, but we're going to go a little step further. I mean, it would almost be enough, but I mean, I want to show you how it would be enough before we do the next step, because I want you to just understand, like if you're teaching kids this, you want to kind of stop there because their brains will be full kind of, and you're like, okay, they can make a box just like this without doing anything else, but we're going to do something else to make it even more professional. So you see what I mean? You already have a lid to the box. Bada boom, and you have a lid to the box. So it's already really cute, and I probably could have centered the potions and spells a little better, but you know what? It's okay, because you're going to put a little critter over the top. Nice. So the reason you want to not stop there, though, is because although this one's actually pretty good, but if you miter the edges, you'll never have a problem with sometimes, like, I cut those pretty good, so this one's not a problem. Actually, I think I might leave that one, but sometimes there's a little bit of an edge that will stick out. Yeah, like that one. See? So you're going to do what's called mitering the edges. So it's kind of better to kind of go to do this, to get these little tiny triangles out and make your little flaps. And you've probably seen them on boxes. The edges are mitered. In fact, it might be a little easier to see when I do it like this. And it'll just keep those little flaps the little things from sticking up on the sides. But if you kind of test your box and you don't need to do that because you cut it perfectly, hey, more power to you. Then don't miter the edges. And then I'm going to put that over the top of something else so you could see. So you're going to have these tiny little triangles when you're all done, if you did it right. And let me put that over the top of this one so you could see. See what we did? We took out all those little triangles. Okay, so making our box even more professional. Let's test this paper. See if it's going to stick out on the edges. Pretty good. I mean, I'm surprised. Let's test this one. Yeah, I need to, well, no, yeah, this one is, The thicker the paper, yeah. See, this one for sure, I need to miter the edges. Look at the sides sticking out, okay? So that for sure, definitely need to miter the edges on cardstock because this thicker paper is going to stick out a little more. Okay, so there we go. So we're going to take all these little bits and we're just going to do the gluing. And the reason we have our little paper or clothespins, not paper clips, clothespins, is because it'll hold them together while it dries. So put glue on all your flaps. Hey, how's it going? You're not late. We're just having fun making boxes. All right. I'm going to go like this. And I'm just, oh, that clothespin is not very strong. So you want a strong clothespin. And it's going to hold it there while it dries. Okay? And then get any other glue off the edges. So you're just going to line that up. Make sure you get a nice little corner. And then you're going to just use your clothespins. I think glue works better on boxes, but of course you can use Seal Plus, tear and tape, whatever you want to use. But glue kind of helps because if it doesn't land in the exact right spot, you can jiggle it just a little bit, right, like this. So you can go, okay, it's not really lined up, and you can do all that and make it, make it line up. All right, so there you go. That is one down, and then I'm just going to do these other little ones real quick because I'm kind of curious as to how these will look as lids. And you guys have lots and lots of paper in your kit. I'm using the Halloween Spells scrapbooking kit, so I think that might still be available for sale. But the actual pack of Halloween Spells was last year's paper, so you can't get that anymore. But so maybe my scrapbooking kit paper might not be the same exact paper, like patterns as you have. But I know this is one of your sheets that's in your kit. I'm just not sure if this one is a scrapbooking only sheet or if it's a regular sheet. But I'm not opening up any of those other DSP packs right now. They're the ones that came with your little iridescent bags. Oh, that kind of lined up nice, didn't it? This is going to be a box that goes like this. Now, you don't always need the clothespins, guys, because when you're using designer series paper, just squeeze a little. You don't need a clothespin. It's not going to come apart because it's little, flimsier paper. But when you have cardstock like this, you use the clothespin because it's just thicker, stronger paper, and it comes apart easier. Okay, so far we've just been making lids. So like we can't test those yet, right? We got to make the bottoms for it to really stick together. Stuck on you. Remember I tested these early and you didn't need to miter the edges all the time because sometimes when you test it and you line it up and there's no paper sticking out the side, you're like, score! I somehow cut it perfectly and I don't have to miter the edges. But sometimes it just depends on if you didn't cut exactly along the crease, like you have to miter the edges. And there we go. That is done. And I'm kind of curious as to see, which, so I'll try critters on, but I think that one's going to look better just by putting like a little critter on it. We're going to put a flamingo on the big box. But so I have other critters. Where are my critters? Oh, I can punch out the other critters, but say something would look cute on that one, right? Like right in the middle. We love critters. We love critters. I mean, this Halloween paper is so much fun this year. I don't know. Sometimes it's a dud. And so like a couple years ago, there was one that was kind of a dud, but the cute Halloween one was great. It was 6x6. I don't know if you guys remember that paper. That was like hit it out of the park. And it was, I think, called Cute Halloween or something. Or is this one called Cute Halloween? This is called Spooky Halloween. Anyway, yeah, that was called Cute Halloween. And it had these little punches to go with it. That was great. And then they did something with some weird colors next year after that. And now they're back to like, this is a home run again. I like when they come up with really nice Halloween paper. And I was like, when I saw it on my store, on my Stampin' Up store, I'm like, I got to do a whole workshop around this because, you know, it's such great paper. It's this paper, this one, with like that package of ephemera. All right, so we have all our lids done. We have 4 lids. Now we're going to do our bottoms. And again, we're just going to cut a couple at once. And if you cut them, if they do cut, well, yeah, I'm going to do one at a time because they don't, sometimes they don't line up exactly because they weren't the exact same size to start with. And if these work out where the folds don't stick out, I'm going to go with it. Oh, look at that. I'm getting better each day. Sometimes I'm a hot mess when it comes to making boxes, and sometimes I'm on a roll. Okay. There we go. There we go. I like it. Now, at this point, you can either, you know, if it's not all the way dry, you can put your clothespin on there to kind of finish it. If you don't want to sit there and hold it all the time, you know, you could put your clothespin on there. Or, and what I like to do sometimes is before something's all the way dry is I like to test it. Do I need this bottom? Yes, I do need another bottom. I like to test it while it's like, before it's all the way dry with a lid, because that way, if it's a little too big, I can kind of still get it to move a little before the glue solidifies. So showing you what I mean here is you could test the lid. You could just go, okay, let's try this lid on here. And if it seems to fit, then we're good to go. Okay? And it fits. Okay? It fits. So that's pretty nice. And you could also try, let's see, this lid even fits better. That's even a little bit better fit because it's a little bit looser. Oh, I like that fit better. You are going with that one. All right, so you know what I'm saying? If it's not fitting, then you have a chance to, like, before this glue dries. Oh, I didn't even test if I needed to miter the edges on this one. So be it. It looked good. It looks good on the edge. All right, there we go. Yeah, it looks good. Sometimes if you do this, here's the other little trick for you. Say you cut a box and you're like, I forgot to miter the edges, or I thought I didn't need to, but then you glue it and you see a little piece sticking out like that. You know, just a tiny bit sticking out because sometimes the glue dries. So that's okay. You can still miter the edges with it right on the box. See, that's my little trick for you. Sometimes I'd have to miter the edges while it's all glued together, because when I glued it down, there's a little piece sticking out, and I could tell right now there's a little piece sticking out. And use your paper snips for this, not your, use your paper snips, not your other things, not your big, thick scissors. All right, this one is kind of tight on there. See if this one's a little better. Maybe I made extra lids here. Maybe these are both, could these both be lids? Did I do something? Oh, look at how that one fits. I think yeah. I think I did this earlier. I think I was kind of had a brain fart. Hey, but you know what? These look to get these work together. So we're gonna go with that cute little combination. All right, and then this one is going to be, we already know since it's cardstock, it's best to miter the edges because the paper is so thick that it's kind of hard to get it to, you know, glue down against the edge. I'm on the edge of glory. Okay, there we go. So we're getting that little edge like that. Looks good. Let me get rid of all these little extra pieces. I fall to pieces. All right, there we go. I know I use too much glue. Everybody tells me. Everybody tells me I use too much glue. It's only craft supplies. It's meant to refill them, right? That's what it's about. All right, this one I'm going to go ahead and use my little clothespin trick because these are not, they don't really stay together unless you sit and hold them. And I don't feel like holding those edges. But do keep checking that it's on the edge before you move it because boy, oh boy, it's hard to move later. All right, that one's hard to move. We're just going to have to stop. It won't move anymore. I could have glued these two later, but I glued them all at the same time. So you kind of get them to hide in there. So there we go. And we're good to go. All right, there. Now, decoration time. Decoration time. And then I'll show you what you can fit in this box. But I want to say hi as well. All right. Who came to my box making session? Christina is here. Thank you for being a YouTube channel member. Melody's here. Thank you again for coming back. Janet, as always, happy Wednesday. Karen, Nevin, hello again. Melissa Sullivan from Texas, nice to see you. Denise Funk, hello again. Lynn, after this, I'm going back. How about you? We gotta go back. She'll be on there till 11. So anyway, when I said she didn't have a clue, guys, I didn't mean her intellect, okay? I just meant, and it wasn't about my schedule. It was about something she's selling. So it wasn't anything I meant about her. Anyway, so I don't want to talk about other people on my channel. A sweet lady. Sometimes people do things wrong and you try to correct them and they get mad at you. And you're just the messenger, right? You're not trying to, some people just don't know how things are supposed to be. And one thing I do know is Stampin' Up. Like, it's one thing that, I'm a crafter and I know Stampin' Up products. Let's put it that way. All right, so Lynn, you and I got to go back there. We got to go back and see what's what later, okay? All right, so Denise. All right, we already said hi, Denise. Lisa from Ontario, nice to see you. All right. You have a live on Whatnot? Yay, I'm going to help you, Christina. We're going to come to your show. So this one was a little tight, but you see how it fits together very nicely. So we'll stuff it. We'll put some stuff in there. We'll put some grass in it. Actually, I'll show you the other one. Right here, we'll do that later. All we gotta do is show you the candy from the other one so you see what fits in here. But I do want you to know this. This is something you should know. Is that I made it so a gift card can fit in there. So if you don't need to sit there and write me on my channel. What do you put in your boxes? A gift card. Okay, so that's enough. That's all you need to know is a gift card fits in there. I mean, if you want to, I'm going to show you the exact candy I have. But when you're like, I don't have the exact candy you have. Okay, it doesn't matter because you can put a gift card in it, right? Now, last night, I've already done all this inking up. I'm not going to concentrate on this part because we'll do this like in our series. But I just want to show you this part. I mean, we're going to just decorate right now. This tutorial was more about the box making. So what I did was I popped this one up with dimensionals and I put this one down. And then I popped this one up with dimensionals. And then I also used the scan and cut, so I put an extra layer on it. So you just need to take out your scissors and get cutting, right? Get cutting. Because you need to cut out your flamingo. And it's going to take you a while. But not me, because I have a scan and cut. So no scan and cut, you're using scissors. That's all. Or else you just use your paper. So let's put some of these up here. And you have all these little strips. And all I did was ink it up with, well, you know what? We can make another one. We'll do another one of these. Because I do need some more from my other boxes. So this is going up top like that. Well, here, you lay it all out first. Kind of like, you kind of make sure it fits. So that's going to go up there. Eat sweets. Oops. All right, well, I guess it's going to be down and then up. That'll be down and this one will be up. Don't worry, eat sweets. Because I did it backwards. So we'll put the don't worry on the bottom. I meant to put, you see what I did? I meant to put the, we don't want to write eat sweets, don't worry. That will not even make sense. Right? Eat sweets, don't worry. Don't worry. No, we want to write don't worry, eat sweets because there's already a comma there. So we got to put the sweets. Now we're putting this up higher like that, which is fine. I'm just trying to vary it. So one is higher than the other. All right, there we go. So now we have this little flamingo, and I want to put some small ones because it has all these little feet and head and stuff, and you don't want it to get caught up on stuff. So, if you have some mini dimensionals to mix with your big dimensionals, it will help things keep from popping up all over the place. And even for the legs, just because sometimes I bounce my stuff around a lot, as you can imagine, I'm just going to put the little, like half a mini dimensional on each of the little feet. Or hopefully it won't stick out. All right, there we go. And there we go. Flip it around. I think we need one. I think we need one at the end of the wing. Oh, this is such a great flamingo. I've already done Wink Stella on there, guys. If you watched my scan and cut tutorial last night, you saw me cut these out, put Wink Stella on them, the whole bit. Oh, he's so cute. And then you're going to add some of your little stars and your little bling from your kit. Let's see. I don't know where all that is, but yeah. I think you guys have some iridescent rhinestones in your kit, so let's go with those. It doesn't matter if I put different bling in your kit, then so be it. Just put some bling on here. Oh, how cute! Okay, and that is our lid, and then I hope that was our lid. I hope that was our lid. And then you're gonna put some of the mesh twine. Oh, yep, I love it. Except shove that in there. Shove it in there. Isn't that cute? And then I don't really have a lot of the gold mesh left. I think I'm waiting for my order. So tomorrow you guys will see me here on YouTube if UPS comes, and I will be doing an unboxing of my new products. And in there, I think I have some of my mesh, some of this mesh. But it's just really good for your box. I love this stuff. The gold mesh. It's not actually called gold mesh. It's called gold. Let's see. Open weave trim. Gold open weave trim. The old ones were called silver mesh. Okay, let's show you what you fit inside. And then we're going to do step 2 for those of you who want to see what I'm going to spontaneously decorate the other boxes using like whatever I have, like ephemera and stuff. But I want to finish this up for those of you that are like, I got, places to go, people to see, things to do. You want to know what's in the box. All right, so this is what's in the box. A lot of stuff fits in the box. Take some of the stickers I gave you. Right? And peel them off, and you can put them inside your lids. So it's a little extra fun thing. I got these from Dollar General, and I think I got them. Ooh, those look like spooky little spillages. I got these probably last year. That's why I was able to put them in your kit, because not a whole lot of Halloween stuff is out yet. So do that with the little, and I gave you eyeballs and squishy eyeballs. So you can put a squishy eyeball in here. Not edible. Squishy eyeball. Okay, mini Tic Tacs. This is all from your kit. Okay, ginger chews, sour pez, Werther's, and you might have in yours some fish, some Swedish fish. Okay, so put that all in there, and that's all that fits. And you can still put a gift card or your tea bag. Actually, I put the eyeball over there. I had to put the grass. Let the eyeball stick up like that. Okay, so that is what fits in your box. Oh, what fun! And then I'm going to take this and put the little gold around it. And you are good to go. This one has the little puffy stars. Also part of your kit. Oh, the next kit, guys, is going to be North Pole. So if you got to see anybody unbox, I'm doing a whole workshop on the North Pole series. And we'll do a bingo around it and the whole thing. We'll have to show it tomorrow. I don't have it yet. I don't even know if it's going to come. I'm guessing, I'm hoping. All right, let's see what we could do to these other boxes. I hope that was fun for you. And it was very much fun for me. So we're going to see what we have for our ephemera. All right, we put this. And by the way, if you want to see the measurements, I will go ahead and put it back. Okay, let's see. Oh, yes, please go follow me on, oh, here. If you guys want to follow me, be sure to follow me on Whatnot and get the coupon. Don't just follow me on Whatnot. Scan the QR code. Let's zoom in and get the coupon for $15 because then I get $5. And I spent 20 of it this week, and I think like some of my other rewards last week. So pretty much I'm out of rewards now. I need more people to join so I can get more rewards. No, I'm just kidding. I want you to join because it's really fun. We're going to put we'll put one of these little guys on one of the boxes. It is really fun. It honestly is. Okay, this one, I don't think this is going to fit because of the way I made the box. Right? I don't know. We'll try the hippo. But I think it's too tall, but we'll see. Oh, that's okay though. It's a little tall, but it's actually okay. Now, if you had a box like that, it's perfect. Like your hippo is perfect for your petunia box. But I think I'm going to go for something smaller. I'm going to go for this little guy, this little girl. She will look great on the potions and spells because look, she has a magic wand in her hand. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? Okay, anyway, I'm putting the QR code back there. And then this little guy will be great over here because he's like trick-or-treating next to his little window. Oh, that's adorable. And you could use your wobble spring if you want. We'll put a spooky bat on here, on that one. And we'll put, let's see if I can't put a banner on. The banner might be cute over here. Nope, that's covering up. No, the banner's too festive. We'll use the banner for something else. But I think the candy corns, you know, would be cute on either box. So I'm going to add a couple candy corns. And I think I have a little bat that I cut out. Oh, here, I have a crow. Let's see. I think the crow would look cute up. I'm going to put the crow on that one. All right. Anyway, let me zoom back out. So hopefully you got that. There's a link in the description for the Whatnot auction site. And I'm Friday at 3 o'clock. I'm going to try to make that an ongoing time. But you know how I am with scheduling, which is like non-existent. Have I ever scheduled? Hardly ever in the whole, whatever, 8 years I've been on YouTube? No. When I'm done crafting and I'm ready to make something, I just go live. And people come and the rest of you watch it recorded. But however, when it's a live show on this platform, I do try to do it Fridays at 3 because everybody that buys during a show saves money. And you only have to pay max up to $9.21 shipping. And so some people got giant flat rate boxes with like loads and loads of stuff in it that would have normally cost me $50 to ship them. But because they got it during my auction show, not only did they get like really cheap deals that you could never get if you bought it at an actual store, but they also got like it was only $9.21 to ship, which was like a great deal. So that's why I'm trying to schedule my auctions, you know, because it's better to have them scheduled so that people come live. All right, I would normally put that on a wobble spring, which I'm going to show you what things look like on a wobble spring, but I don't want to go try to dig that out right now. So we're just going to pop it on here. Oh, he's so cute. You can still see potion spells and you can see the little magic wand. Although she's like a good witch. She's not really like, she don't look like a witch with spells. She's more like a little princess with her wand. But still, she's combating the evil witch. She's the good one. All right, let's see. We'll put this little guy. She has to undo the spell that the witch did. I'm going to put that right here. Wait, I want to put him on the ground because he looks like he's walking, but I don't want to cover up that other pumpkin. I like the pumpkin in the window, so I'm going to go like that. Oh, yeah, he's cute. We'll do a couple candy corns. And when you have these little nibs coming off this paper, I just like to get rid of them by buffing them off. Okay, we'll put another candy corn up there, and this one needs a little bat. I think I'm going to put the bat on this. This one just needs more than that one. This one already has so much going on. I think this one needs the stuff, whereas that one doesn't need as much. And if I put that there, I don't know. What do you guys think? Banner or no banner? It actually looks cute when it doesn't cover the potions. At first, I thought it was going to cover the potions. Banner or no banner on the little box? And while you're deciding, I'm going to buff off the banner. Buff off the little nibs. All right, I was going to do the Don't Worry, Eat Sweets, but we already have, there's not really much room. I didn't leave much room for these. I mean, I didn't leave room for a sentiment on those, so we're not going to do it. Okay, banner. I'm getting banner, 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 banner. Wow. Hi, Karen. Nice to see you again. Karen Tharaldton's here. And you guys are all voting for the banner, so I guess it means that I have to put a banner on there. So we're going to put the banner on. And we're not going to put a sentiment on these boxes. I was ready to show you how I inked up the Don't Worry, Eat Sweets, but I did show that last night in my scan and cut tutorial. I showed how I inked it up, and we could do it on other tutorials on this channel, just not tonight, because Lynn and I are on a mission after this. All right, so let's go. We are looking for the Wink of Stella. There we go. Put a little bit of Wink of Stella on the little bat, on the candy corns, even on here. I'm going to put it on these little eyes over here. Oh, the little skeleton, the little bat up there. Oh, the cat. Oh my God, this is like the paper that keeps on giving. Look at all fun stuff on this paper. Put some over there in the circle. I mean, I should just put Wink of Stella over the whole darn thing. This on the curtains. I love Wink of Stella. It's just a great glitter pen. What a fun little thing that is. And we can put some bling on here. Some rhinestones. We'll put one on the top of the curtain. And we'll put a little one up here next to the kitty. So that is that box. And it has a nice bottom that slips out. Next time I'm going to have these all filled with treats. Stick around. I'm going to show you what else we made. How fun. Okay, that's what we made tonight. And then we have this one that needs... I like the fact that the patterns go different ways. I didn't plan that. Oh, that'll give you an idea what the hippo will look like. So if you do cut your paper the other way, look how great the hippo is going to look on your box, guys. So if you do the box with the hippo, just make sure that you do this to your paper. And I'd move him over so you could see the potions and spells. And I'd put him like over on the side like that. But I'm not going to because that's the bottom of my box, not the top of my box. Okay, just needs some Wink of Stella over this whole thing. There we go. Super, super cute. And it needs it on the banner. And of course, your stars, your bling, your matte dots, whatever. Let's do some, just because I have these out, we'll put one there, and one there, and one there. Oops. Come on. Get off me. I guess I forgot to take the glue dot with me. So when that happens, you have to use your take your pick tool. And you got to slide to the left. Slide to the right. Okay? You got to get under there with your little spatula. If your finger doesn't work, it means you didn't get the glue dot. Sometimes when you grab it with your finger, you don't get the glue dot. The glue dot stays on the paper. So you need to get up under there with your spatula so you can get it. Now all these need are some candy. All right, do you guys like the original box? This is the original box. I know one is outlined more because it's scan and cut. Or do you like the DSP box? So do you like A or B better? Like these kind of boxes just made of only DSP, kind of horizontal, or these kind that are made of cardstock that are stronger and sort of vertical? Or just like you like them equally, whereas you might want to put like a hippo on that. Lots of fun. I hope that was fun. And I'm going to show you now what else we made in this series so far. Speaking of Halloween fun. Okay, Christina's likes both. Honestly, she likes both. Okay, she's like, this one, make a new bottom. Okay, she's saying use this for my top and keep the... But I'll just make another top, Kathy. I would just make another top. Rather than, because this bottom already fits perfect, I'm going to keep the bottom and I'll make another top for the hippo. Maybe this paper, but it might be a little bit smaller because it depends on how wide that is. But thank you. She likes the hippo. All right, let's show you guys what we did with the scan and cut last night. We had so much fun. All right, this is, I know I have a wobble. Here he is. We'll show you my favorite one first. I showed you how to cut out not only the pattern paper, and then we had a suggestion. I was showing you how to make a layered little guy, but then we had a suggestion to even put an extra layer. So this has 3 layers. It has the little critter, And then it has the extra 2 layers. And then it's on the wobble. You guys have a wobble in your kit, a wobble spring. Isn't that fun, fun, fun? So this is the tag made from the Scan and Cut. But it's the same concept. You have this paper in your kit. You have no tricks, all treats. I kept saying it wrong last night. No tricks, all treats. And then you can also take the same size tag and put it on your little bags. These are your iridescent bags. Let me see if I have some of them. Here we go. These are part of the kit. Iridescent, not those, iridescent treat bags. 20 of them. They're fantastic. So get some of these at my store. You know, if you want to get the whole suite at my store, the whole suite consists of this, Spooky Halloween, a set of dies to go with it, Petunia Pop Iridescent Ribbon. Here's the one that we made with the Petunia Pop Iridescent Ribbon. It's a nice tag. You got the Designer Series paper and the bags. So all those things are part of the suite. Oh, and the puffy starries, the puffy stars. The puffy stars, which I'm waiting for my shipment to get some more puffy stars. But here's all the cute little tags. And you can use some of the other, you can use you can put your rings that I gave you on your bag to decorate with the spider rings. This is a glow-in-the-dark spider ring. I can't make my room dark right now. You can see it. But anyway, that's what we made. So that was yesterday. And then this was my very first thing I did in the series. I said, hey, guys, I'm going to send you all some of the kit. This is one of these all-inclusive Halloween kits that you can get at my Stampin' Up store, and it makes 15 boxes. You have 3 boxes already in your kit from me. So let's see if I have the directions in here. I'm just going to show you. So this is just another thing you could do with your critters. You can put them on the boxes. You can just go ahead and get this kit. Sweet and spooky kit. And I'm not talking about my Halloween kit. My Halloween kit is something different. This is just an all-inclusive kit right from my Stampin' Up store. I have also workshop kits. I don't have any left, but if you order one, I'm going to be getting more stuff tomorrow, and I could send it out Friday or Saturday. Thank you for purchasing the Spooky Halloween Workshop Kit. August and December Techniques course. That's what we're doing right now on the channel. And in that kit, I put 3 of these boxes. In that kit, I put Petunia Pop cardstock, pumpkin pie, lemon lime twist, black, white, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so you have enough stuff to make everything I'm showing you. We made cards using the pumpkin pie cardstock in this series. Oh, here we go. Here's another tag with the wobble spring. I just love these little sketches. Aren't they just adorable? Okay, but here are the cards, and we colored this with the Stampin' blends. We used the ephemera from the paper, and we used the die cuts for this card. The haunted house, the fence. We used the die cuts, even made some bats. Wink Stella, all of those cards, colored them. And then after we did, let's see, we did the box, we did the suitcases, and then we did the cards. So this is another thing we've made in the series, are these cute little suitcase treat boxes. Okay, again, I put the little suitcase box in your kit. So you can just make these at your leisure. If you didn't make them yet, just go back to my video with the measurements. It's all there on my channel. And I've already shown you what's in these. I'm not going to open them again because they're ready to go. In fact, I'll be giving these out, this Halloween. And there's a little cauldron of goop on the back. Okay, now because of these little ribbons on here, it's kind of, you have to take those off before you open the suitcase. It's just easier if you take them off first. Just little ways to decorate. So we're doing lots of Halloween. You can see I'm doing more 3D, and I'll probably continue that than I do cards. We'll probably make a note card, and we'll probably make a card with this little guy, right? But I think I'm going to keep sticking with the 3D. We'll decorate the scalloped box I gave you, and we'll do a couple more things like that. Okay, but that's what's going on my channel, and I hope you are enjoying this series so far. And we're now going to be, during week 3, working on the everyday arches as far as like the card club this month. So we're going to be working on this, and then we're going to be, next month. If you haven't already requested a catalog, go ahead and request a mini catalog. I'll be showing you the cover of it tomorrow and some products from it. And then we're just going to be jumping right into, we're kind of skipping over Thanksgiving and autumn stuff. I'm just going to be jumping into some holiday cheer with the North Pole stuff. Okay, so that's what's up on this channel. All right. The ring on the tag is brilliant. Okay, I wish I could show you that glow in the dark. Here, let's see. No, you can't see it glowing in the dark because my room's not dark. But it is a glow in the dark ring, and you can use that on your bags. It's just something fun to do. Thank you, Kathy. You said the projects are all wonderful. Loves the ring. Hello, Jean. Nice to see you. She said both. Karen said both. Kathy said like them all. Denise said both. Well, you guys are not voting on this or that. So you do like them both. I like them both because I like cardstock better when you make a box. It's much stronger. You can also mix and match, which I told you I would show you. You can mix. Oh, we can do this. We can mix and match. I want to say this one would be better to mix and match with because it already has some like purple in it, right? But you could do that. Right? So you can mix and match and put the DSP on the top of the box because you don't see the bottom of the box anyway. But it's just way stronger. So I like these because they're stronger and they hold up better in the mail and stuff. But I like this one because it's just the cute patterns. So I do like both. But when you do put these in something, you kind of have to keep them, protected more. They do get crushed easy when you mail them. All right. Thank you, Robbie. All right. Nice to see you all. Thank you all for coming. Again, if you want anything that I've been talking about, order it at my Stampin' Up! Store. If you want to attend my auction this Friday, get your $15 coupon. Join in, do that. And that's where I'll be. I'll be hanging out there on Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern, okay? I am not doing a Christmas sale this time. I'm just doing like a bunch of retired Stampin' Up! Stuff that's still good for summer. And then in a couple weeks, I feel like it'll be time to do some Christmas, like retired Christmas stuff. I'm just kind of gathering it all together. So I don't really have a theme for my sale. It's just retired Stampin' Up! Products. Is my theme, really. That's just how it works. I do really low prices to start out with. And there's an auction, so you can buy them you could be the only bidder and get them really cheap, or you can be bidding them up and have a little bidding war. I'm good either way. All right, that's all for now. This is the Paper Chef. Have a great evening.